Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping like it's New Year's Eve. Boy, it's James IV. That's Roman numeral 4 off the top with the intro. What up, K-Sap? No cap, that's the big bro. You know the ladies hold it down for the team. We be the hottest on this YouTube screens. We got sports, media, news, that round table talk. Them other parts ain't got the same sauce. Now, hit us in the chat, but no haters allowed. Send you to the block party, what you gotta say now? We on live, hit us up and subscribe. If you like it to share, show love instead of staring. Man behind the mic, numbers don't lie. Send me a super chat to all that may apply. Ain't no party like an SPD party. Let's get the show started, pull up, everybody. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. You must love us cause you can't stop watching.
Yes. You know who it is. It's your favorite host, the man behind the mic of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, K-Sap. What up? Well, it's Saturday night, and y'all could be anywhere, but I see y'all in here rocking out with your boy. I see everybody coming in the chat. Y'all do me a favor. Once y'all come in the building, man, take your shoes off. I want y'all to pour up y'all's favorite drink tonight, and we can talk about some things. But make sure y'all drop a like on the video. Once y'all come in the building, man, let me know where y'all listening to the stream from. Let me know what you got in your glass tonight. Some people might not drink. Some people might need themselves some wine to kick back. Some might want their favorite shot because it's Saturday night. Y'all let me know what y'all sipping on tonight, man, so we can get this party started. I see y'all in the chat. I see you in the chat. Michelle, my moderators are coming in. I see you, Michelle, in the dark with a smile. I see you, Miss D. I see you, Charmaine. I see y'all coming in. We're going to give the live a chance to catch up to some people because you know YouTube sometimes be finicky and don't want to send the notifications out on time when we drop videos or we drop a live. So we'll give it about 2 to 3 minutes, and we'll wait for some people to come up in here, and then we'll get started. In the dark with a smile said, a Coke and a smile. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I ain't mad at you. At least you got something in your cup. Yeah, so I'm going to drink on some of this fine wine tonight. Megalodon, what's good? I see you in the building. I see people starting to come in, man, but y'all see the title of the show, man, The Hidden Agenda. I see you, Shea Boost. What's going on? Yeah, you trying to watch this Colorado game? It's kind of rough, man. Colorado, that just goes to show you, Shea Boost, with that comment that you just made, trying to watch that Colorado game is rough. And it's one common denominator. You ain't got Shedeur there. You ain't got Travis there. You ain't got LaJohntay Wester there. You ain't got him. Hector Colin, what's up? You hear from Georgia? I see the Georgia Bulldogs, man. They pulled off the game today against Florida. It was in a dogfight. Yeah, Shea Boost, that's the difference, man. So Shedeur Sanders is a difference maker. But you know what's funny about, you brought that game up? I thought Shedeur came on there and said that he had to stay in Cleveland for treatment. But evidently he surprised old Coach Prime, his daddy, and he up in Boulder. So I'm telling you, there's a lot of hidden agendas, man. We don't know what's going on. Yeah, he went to see his dad today. Yep. Thought he was supposed to be getting treatment on the so-called back tightness that they said he had. So just like Bucky said, Shedeur was ready to go. It was a coach's decision not to, activate him against the Patriots. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about some things. Let me go ahead and let y'all know we here. Goatness is here, like I'm always, like I never left. But I got some fine wine tonight, and we're gonna sip on some of this fine wine while we communicate. So basically, more evidence came out with Kevin Stefanski. Like I try to tell y'all, the dislike for Shedeur Sanders. Shout out to Charmaine RN for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that.
Here comes the money.
Charmaine says she on that coffee, just got off a 12-hour shift. I can respect that. Get your hustle on. Chancellor, for what's going on? I see you back in the building. One of my lovely mods. Appreciate you coming through. I see you, Miss Robinson. To you. Yeah. I see everybody coming in. Yeah, but yeah, that Colorado game, man, it's hard to watch, man, without Shedeur being there, man. It's like, and this year, I think the offensive line has been better for Colorado. It just the fact that, man, I don't know what's up with the quarterback. But it is what it is. That just goes to show that Shedeur Sanders is him. Shedeur Sanders makes lemon, what sour lemons and makes it into lemonade, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? What's up, ADP? I see you in the building. But yeah, there's more evidence out. But I was listening to some of the things that Chris Canty had to say about the delusion of Kevin Stefanski on him being hell-bent of keeping Dillon Gabriel in there. And it's kind of hard to see the reason why he wants to stick with Dillon Gabriel. What's up, 420 Jenkins? I see you in the building. It's kind of hard to see why he would stick with Dillon Gabriel. And Chris Canty can't wrap his, fingers around it. He can't fathom what the issue is. So that's why I said, the evidence is mounting on Kevin Stefanski for the dislike of Shedeur Sanders. It's like we're gonna listen to what Chris Canty had to say. So y'all take a listen to what Chris Canty had to say.
Garrett's frustration is shared by everybody else on that team. And when you got the optics of your best player slamming his helmet on the sideline after Gabriel goes out there and throws two brutal interceptions in the second half of that game that effectively seal your fate, at some point, something has to change. And it boggles my mind that Kevin Stefanski is adamant about sticking with Dillon Gabriel after the bye week, after we've seen the quarterback throughout the course of his first 4 starts rank dead last in yards per pass attempt, yards per drop back, air yards per attempt, and have the second worst QBR during that span, only to Titans rookie Cam Ward.
And who would you like him to go with?
When Shedeur Sanders is healthy, when Deshaun Watson is healthy, go with one of those options. Hell, even if it's Bailey Zappi, go with one of those. At some point, you're going to have to do something different, because continuing to do the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity.
So it's not,
and we're borderline at that point.
But it's not necessarily a Shedeur thing for you.
No, it doesn't have to be a Shedeur.
He may not be healthy enough to play. He has a back injury.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll see what happens after the bye week, right? Like, he had a back injury yesterday. They've got a bye week. We'll see what ends up happening after that. But, I mean, you got to get somebody else ready to go in and be the guy. And I'm not saying that it's over for Dillon Gabriel in Cleveland, because it's not. He's a young, ascending player. But right now, it's too big for him. And he limits what your offense can be. The guy can't throw the ball down the field. And now, all of a sudden, defenses are stacking the box, taking away Quishon Junkins and Jerome Ford and Dylan Sampson, they're taking away your run game because you won't throw the ball down the field or you can't throw the ball down the field. Either way, the impact is the same. And if you're a defensive player, you're getting tired of seeing the ineptitude on the offensive side of the ball, and you're getting tired of opposing offenses holding the ball as long as the Patriots did yesterday.
Now, you heard what Chris Canty had to say. Hey, shout out to my man, Selmore Fudd in the building, man. What's up, my brother? Appreciate you coming back. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate the love. Now, you heard what Chris Canty had to say. And a lot of people, I didn't have the clip ready of Mel Kiper. I was going to do a video on that. So I'm saving that clip for the video that I'm going to drop on that because I got a lot to say about, you know, what Mel Kiper had to say. Like, Mel Kiper really crashed out about Shedeur. And it's about time people are starting to see what we all been seeing. And I told you guys yesterday when we spoke, the thing about it is Kevin Stefanski put himself in this situation, and things are getting deeper and deeper. Now, if Kevin Stefanski would have never came out and said, this is an open quarterback competition, and we're going to give everybody an equal opportunity to win the job. But that didn't go down like that. It's like he is so hell-bent and focused on Dylan Gabriel that he is losing that team. Like Chris Canty said, when you got your leader on the defensive end and Myles Garrett slamming his helmet down, showing frustration game after game because the offense can't get it together, it's frustrating. And like I said, the evidence just keeps on mounting up because there's plenty clips out there of ex-NFL players talking about Kevin Stefanski, because I'm going to say this about Kevin Stefanski. I never thought Kevin Stefanski was a bad coach because he's a two-time NFL Coach of the Year. He put himself in a situation where now everything is murky because it started out with the collusion of the NFL draft. Then it started out with this is an open quarterback competition. Then it started out as Joe Flacco is going to be the number one, knowing that Joe Flacco wasn't going to lead that team to nowhere. And then it was about Kenny Pickett. They traded Kenny Pickett. Then, you know, you elevate Dylan Gabriel, and you're so focused on Dylan Gabriel that you're losing the team. And every chance that there's a chance that Shedeur should be able to get in the game or put in the game, you backpedal and you don't give us the information that people want. And the thing about it is, the crazy thing is the fact that there's so many opportunities that Shedeur Sanders could have got in the game. And it's a hidden agenda for the reason that he's not getting in the game. And the crazy part is you've seen what Dylan Gabriel has done over the 4 games that he's been starting, and you haven't made no progress. We keep seeing the same stuff over and over again. So these are the reasons why Kevin Stefanski feels like he don't want to put Shedeur Sanders in the game. Let's take a look. Why is Stefanski sticking with Gabriel? Stefanski said he would look at everything shortly after the Browns' Week 8 loss in Foxborough, Massachusetts. But when asked about the quarterback situation, he said he would continue to stick with Gabriel, who has completed 59.9% of his passes for 702 yards, 5 TDs, and 2 interceptions this season. When I say look at everything, when you lose like this, you have to look at everything, Stefanski said after the game. Every position, everything I'm doing, it's frustrating for where we are as a team. Every position you have to look at. But let me say that with a young quarterback, You understand there's going to be some ups and downs. Stefanski, who did not rule out giving up play calling duties after the bye, again explained the decision to stick with Gabriel on Monday, saying he was looking at ways to improve the entire offense. Dylan will continue to learn, will continue to get better, but it really an entire offensive type of thing where we need to be better, Stefanski said. For a young guy in the league, 4 games is so minuscule on a big platform, so we have to give him a chance to adjust and see what he likes. I think going back, rewatching these games and being like, what plays were we successful with on offense? What does he like? How does he like to move in the pocket? Where does he like to set up? All those things still questions that we need to have answers to. Now, guys, just listening to that lets me know that's a hidden agenda. Because you keep on saying and keep defending and keep blaming everybody else but your quarterback. The offense starts with your quarterback. The offense starts with your quarterback. I see you, Myron Parker, in the building. I appreciate you. They don't want to get him hurt. He's going to be traded. The NFL wants him in a bigger market. I see you, Katie, in the building. I appreciate you. One of my lovely mods jumped in here. Appreciate you. CJ, always saying, bro, DG is not a first-round pick. We know he's not a first-round pick. We know he's not a first-round pick. But Kevin Stefanski is making so many excuses for him to be a first-round pick or a second-round pick or a third-round pick because he's not holding DG accountable. What y'all calling Dollar General? He's not holding the Dollar General accountable. He is not holding the Dollar General accountable because he's making an excuse and he's putting it on the whole offense. But it starts with your quarterback. You have to address the quarterback situation. Now, regardless of what people might say about Cleveland's offensive line, say about the receivers, but if you give somebody else an opportunity such as Shedeur, then if Shedeur goes in there, he don't look no better than Dylan, then we can say it's a whole offensive thing. But that's what you don't want to see. You don't want to see Shedeur Sanders in there because it's a hidden agenda. You don't want to see Shedeur Sanders get in there and turn this situation around because if Shedeur gets in there and everything that you have alluded to saying that the offense is bad, everybody on the offense needs to step up. If Shedeur gets in there and things get to moving, then you really will be exposed. You really will be exposed. That's the bad thing about it. Richard McGee said DG is not worth a pick in any round. No, anybody that's trying to, even I know the trade deadline's coming up. If anybody even inquires about DG, like for what reason? Like, what are you giving up? Chancellor said Kevin Stefanski is a narcissist. He doesn't want to be wrong and one thing's his way. Yeah, he don't want to be wrong. And see, what he's doing is the agenda is blame everybody else but Dylan Gabriel, right? So if Shedeur gets in there and he's blaming everybody but Dylan, if Shedeur gets in there and he does some great things and he moves the ball and he puts points up, then that just looks bad on Kevin Stefanski. And the reason why it looks bad on Kevin Stefanski is because you're saying that the offense is flawed. It's just not Dylan. You're trying to blame everybody else. It's not going to work that way. And I was listening to G. Bush today, and G. Bush just let him have it. G. Bush let him have it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, G. Bush be over there letting him have it. He's not letting the Cleveland media off the hook. You know, G. Bush is holding everybody accountable just like me. I'm trying to hold these guys accountable. And we got to hold Kevin Stefanski accountable for the things that he's doing. Kevin Stefanski, he put himself in this bad situation. And see, people are just going to keep piling on because you hear clips every day when you're talking about Kevin Stefanski and you're talking about Shedeur Sanders. That's what I'm saying. So things, it's going to get magnified. Just like it's going to be a situation where things are going to be in question now. And I'm going to tell you why. Shedeur Sanders went on Twitch, right? And he said, they asked, was he going to be able to see you Buffs homecoming, right? And what did he say? Nah, I wish I could go, but, you know, I got to stay here for treatment. And see, when I told y'all, when he said that, he kind of laughed that off a little bit. He laughed that part off. And then Bucky goes live on Well Off Media, and he said Shedeur Sanders, he wanted to play. He wanted to suit up. But that was a coach's decision to deactivate him. So now that he takes a trip up the Boulder, now how does that look? How does that look? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we know Shedeur. That was breaking news. Shedeur Sanders is in Boulder. But that's coming after the fact that they said he had back tightness, right? He said on his Twitch live that, nah, he got to be big ready. He got to be treatment. But when he said that part about his back, if you listen to how he said it, he laughed it off. He laughed it off. And that's what I'm saying. He laughed that portion off. Now to see him in Boulder, come on, man. We don't even know what to believe with this Cleveland media. We don't know what to believe with Kevin Stefanski. We don't know what to believe that's coming out of their mouth. That's the crazy thing. We don't know what we don't know what things to believe about this Cleveland media and things that are going on. So I want y'all to listen. I'm going to play it. I want y'all to listen to what Shedeur Sanders said when he was live on Twitch when he said he had to be big ready. But listen to the gesture after the treatment. So guys, pay attention. Take a listen.
They asked him, are you going to come back for homecoming? And this was the exchange on the live stream. Take a listen.
Am I coming to see you homecoming? Nah, I'm not coming to see you homecoming. I can't make it out there.
My name is.
I wish I could though, but it just can't happen. I got treatment out here. I can't be
You see what Shedeur said? You see how that came off? Chat. I got a question for the chat. Now, when somebody makes a comment like that and how he said it, what do y'all make of that? Talk to me, chat. What do y'all make of that? Come on, chat. Talk to me. He is in Boulder. He is in Boulder, Megalodon. He's in Boulder. He's at the game. That was breaking news, man. It was sent to me. A lot of things were sent to me that I wanted to cover today. I know it's the weekend. The Mel Kiper rant. I'm going to do a video on that later. That's going to drop tomorrow. And somebody sent me a video of Shedeur Sanders, you know, going into Coach Prime's office and talk about it. It feels good to put my feet back down on this carpet. So that's what I'm saying. Man, I appreciate that, Brogu. He said, hey, Simply Ball Drop, just wanted to let you know that I really enjoy your channel. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you. What you say, he's playing 4D checkers? So that's what I'm saying. So when y'all heard that, well, I mean, what I mean, what do y'all make it at? So let's go ahead and continue and finish listening.
I gotta get ready. Big ready.
Big ready. I got to get ready. Big ready. Gerard, does he know something we don't know?
He knows exactly what he's doing. And yeah, when you say ready was fine. Yeah, you do got to get ready. But big ready? What the hell is big ready? For starters, so what we will do, we'll make an assumption that big ready means that at any given moment,
He could be out there.
one more interception, one more not necessarily best decision being made, then you can't support the idea that Shedeur.
See that? See, guys, follow me, chat. Sometimes I think, Shedeur Sanders is handling this situation well, man. And somebody said in one of our shows we did that somebody might have pulled Shedeur to the side and said, look, this is what it is. You're going to get your chance in these last 4 games like the reports are out there. And I think Shedeur Sanders just handling it with grace. But to make remarks like that, and then you say, nah, I gotta be here. I got treatment. And then all of a sudden, you telling people that, hey, I can't make it to Colorado for CU Buff homecoming week. But he's up in Boulder. He's up in Boulder. That's all I'm saying. So, like I said, it's a hidden agenda. And then like people we did the show when we talked about him being deactivated, right? Tansy, what's going on? We did the show when we talked about the back tightness, right? And Boog came out and said, yeah, they confirmed it. But then you listen to Well Off Media, what his brother said. You listen to what Bucky said. Bucky just straight out said, nah, Shedeur said he was good to go. He wanted to play, but it was a coach's decision to deactivate him. It was the coach's decision to deactivate him. See, Tansy, what's going on is the Cleveland Browns media and everything associated around this Shedeur Sanders stuff, they got to stop fooling themselves because they're not fooling me. It's a hidden agenda. Like in the media, the Cleveland media, and I'm glad that G. Bush calls out the Cleveland media because the Cleveland media is fickle. So why do you think the Browns limited their practice to the media? Why would you limit your practice to the media? Come on, think about that. Why would you limit your practice to the media? What are you hiding? That's why I said it's a hidden agenda. That it's just a matter of time. At any moment, we're going to see Shedeur out there on the field, and he's going to make the best of his opportunities. Stefanski and the Browns are going to look like idiots. That's what we all hope. But you can't continue to trot Dylan Gabriel out there, and this offense looks so pedestrian week after week. Now, what they should do, because the reports came out earlier about 3 or 4 weeks ago when the reports dropped that it's potential that Shedeur Sanders is going to start the last 4 games of the season. And when Ian Rappaport said that the Cleveland Browns coaching staff wanted Shedeur Sanders to have a 4 week of practice with the playbook and all the plays for him. This is the perfect opportunity during the bye week for him to get a 4 week of practice and prepare him to put him out there against the New York Jets. But Kevin Stefanski, right after the game in New England, after what he saw in his quarterback, he deflected and said he still has the keys. But there's nothing really set in stone with Kevin Stefanski because Kevin Stefanski is one of them guys that waits until 2 or 3 days before they play and say, look, this is what it is. We didn't get the call that Shedeur was QB2 until 2 days until game time on that Friday when Mary Kay asked him, said, yeah, Shedeur would be quarterback 2. He'll be the backup quarterback. So things could change in this bye week. Things could change in the 4 week of practice and the preparation leading up to the game against the Jets. That's all I'm saying. Like, we just need to see Cleveland. They need to know what they have. They need to know what they have in Shedeur. They need to know what they have in Shedeur. Shedeur needs to get a chance. But Kevin Stefanski, you can't dance around this too much longer, man. The gig is up, man. You can't dance around this no more, man. Guys, we got 115 people in the building. Please drop a like on the video and hype me up. Yeah, so, and also there's a link in the chat if you want to join the channel. Also, man, like Kevin Stefanski, man, it's like, why, you know what's crazy, guys? Why is mainstream media so hell-bent and crashing out? They be crashing out over this whole circus around this situation. Like, guys, honestly and truthfully, this story ain't going nowhere. You can't run from these stories, man. They're going to be out there. This is going to be until the season is over. So, guys, just put your seatbelts on and strap up. Because every time I get some news, man, I'm going to bring it to you guys. We can't run from this. What's going on, Miss Pamela? Stefanski is do what the Haslams want him to do. Nah, I don't think that's the case, Miss Pamela. Because like I told you, you know, the Haslams and the Berries, their job was to orchestrate the team. It's Stefanski's job to play these players. Now, as a head coach, and you don't want to play the players, then, you know, it's bigger than that. And for him not to even give Shedeur a chance, it's a hidden agenda. Everybody's been saying that. But we find little nuances here and there about things that we hear. And you guys know I always keep receipts, man. I keep receipts, man. What's up? What's up, Realism? Appreciate you coming in, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. But it's going to be out there, guys. So we just got to brace for it, man. Because when I get the information, I'm providing it to you guys, man. Y'all great, man. I want to give y'all stuff. Y'all probably know a lot of stuff as well, but I just want to present it to you because, like I said, you know, I keep receipts, I keep the facts, and I do it. And see now what's happening, guys, is every week Dylan Gabriel's skill sets is being exposed, man. Like why is everybody keep saying that he can't throw the ball down the field? Why is everybody saying this? Why is everybody saying this? I'm probably the first person that reported the facts on Dylan Gabriel about what his weaknesses was. I reported that. I told you guys when we first started this escapade, I told y'all that Dylan Gabriel, I call him check down Charlie because I kind of compared him to Alex Smith when Alex Smith was in Kansas City, but Alex Smith was efficient. He was effective with that. Just like, I don't know if anybody watched that Texas game today. Arch Manning threw a 5-yard pass and the receiver, he took a 5-yard out pass, like a screen pass, and the receiver took it 80 yards to the crib. That's what I'm talking about. The inability to push the ball down the field and you letting your running backs and your receivers get all the yak yards. You're not showing me nothing. Dollar General, yeah, you reported it. Keeping it. Yeah, I reported that. And I even brought the facts and the stats out saying that. Like, he's a supercomputer. And see, what happened is I brought out the weaknesses of Dylan Gabriel, and I asked the chat, out of the 4 games, everything that I said and read to you guys about Dylan Gabriel has come to the forefront. Has come to the forefront. And look, I don't mind showing it again. This is what happens. Look, let's point out the weaknesses. They say he's 5'11" at best, but he goes about 5'9", 5'10", right? They say he's significantly smaller than the prototypical NFL quarterback. His height can affect his line of sight and create challenges for middle of the field throws. Now, what have we seen in these 4 games? The middle of the field throws. The one pass that he threw in the middle of the field and the Njoku caught, he got Njoku laid out, and Njoku missed 2 games. Now let's go with the arm strength. They say his arm talent is considered average at best for an NFL quarterback, right? He lacks the elite velocity to consistently drive the ball downfield or in the tight windows. Ain't that Dylan Gabriel? Ain't that Dylan Gabriel? Everything is spot on what they said about Dylan Gabriel. Then they said the conservative approach. What has Dylan Gabriel done in these 4 games? It's been a conservative approach. His approach has been check downs. It's been computer generated. It's been scripted. It says scouts observed that Gabriel was often too quick to check down and would pass up opportunities for bigger downfield shots. Inconsistent downfield throws. His deep passes often lack the velocity to lead receivers, and his placement on throws outside of the comfort range could be erratic. That is Dylan Gabriel in a nutshell. And everything that's in that scouting report, your head coach has even said this, but you still hell-bent on keeping him as your starter. Mark K. Bryce Young is taller than Dylan. Yeah, but this ain't even about Bryce Young. This is about things that we call out that Kevin Stefanski got to be held accountable for, and the hidden agenda that's going on. Because everything in the scouting report isn't lying about Dylan Gabriel. Over the 4 games that we've seen Dylan Gabriel, everything that I just read, y'all, is truth serum. It's truth. Y'all know that? It's truth. It's truth, y'all. So the more and more that I hear some of these ex-NFL players, and they all crashing out. They all crashing out. You listen to Shady McCoy. You listen to Acho. Go listen to Speak. They crashing out. Skip Bayless on Gil's Arena. They crashing out. Him and Aqib Talib. They crashing out. You listen to Chris Canty. They crashing out. You listen to RG3. They crashing out over the simple fact that Kevin Stefanski is hell-bent on not giving us nothing different. G. Bush said, if you keep on trotting Dylan Gabriel out there and try to let him throw his way out of purgatory, he said the gig is up. Come on, man. You can't make this stuff up, man. There's a hidden agenda, man, and the evidence is just piling up, man. You can build a case against Kevin Stefanski. He could be prosecuted. The case, that's how the case is mounting up. The evidence is here. The evidence is clear. Warriors for Life said those players been there and they know what's going on. And you know what's crazy? I don't know if y'all listened to Speak when Shady McCoy said that he knows coaches inside that organization and he's tight with players in that organization and they all want to see Shedeur. Like, I mean, I can't make this stuff up, man. It's out there. Because once you say something, it gets clipped. Once you say something, it gets clipped. Antoine Woodson said Kevin is running Dylan's career even as a backup quarterback. This is crazy work. Yeah. What's going on, Amber? Good evening. Got another one of my lovely mods in the building. Yeah. So, yeah, we got 130 people in here watching, man. Please drop a like on the video and hype me up. Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy work. And once again, man, if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time that Simply Ball drops a video or one of these hot lives. Hey, shout out to Jeremy Shelpler for the $2 super chat.
Here comes the money.
Hey, he said, "What up, SBD? Do I need to say it again?" Yeah, I saw your comment, man, that you posted on one of my videos, man. So, you know, I respect that. So, yeah. So if you got to say what you got to say, man, you can say it again. Yes, sir. Hey, shout out to my man Esquire 1995 in the building. Appreciate you coming through, my brother, checking in with the family. That's all we ask, man. Just check in. I mean, I know some of y'all are busy and got some things to do, but it's glad to check in on your boy, see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all drinking, tell me what y'all got in y'all's cup tonight. We're going to cheers to all y'all, man. It's salute. Salute to a new month, man. Prosperity and love, man. You know, we all need love, man, on what's going on in this world, man. We all need love, man. So, man, just look to your neighbor and tell them you love them, man. But salute. Cheers. Appreciate y'all rocking with your boy. Yeah. So, man, everybody hey, in the chat, man, get a group hug, man. Yeah. That's why I love my chat, man, because they say, man, you know, I got one of the livest chats on here. So y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Keep supporting the channel. I appreciate all the donations and the super chats, man. But like I said, man, if y'all not a member of the channel, man, go ahead and join the community, man. You know, somebody posted in the chat that they said the hoodie's fire. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, this ain't my first rodeo, man. I did it. I'm goatness, man. Simply Ball dropping is goatness. Yeah, Amber. He at the Colorado game. And see, Amber, before you came in here, we talked about that. We talked about the situation when he came on his Twitch and he talking about the back injury. He talked about, I got to stay and get treatment. I knew something was fishy because his brother came out on live on Well Off Media and said, nah, Shedeur was ready to play. They was the one, coach's decision. They wanted to deactivate him. He said he wasn't going to Boulder, but he up in Boulder. So evidently, ain't nothing wrong with that back. Like I said, man, injuries are a part of sports. Everybody is dealing with some type of injury. Everybody is getting treatment. Everybody is getting treatment. But what they're doing is trying to magnify and elevate Shedeur's injury and trying to make it a big deal. Shedeur was playing with back issues his whole senior season at Colorado. That's what a lot of people miss, man. Shedeur Sanders was the most sacked quarterback in the FBS his first year at Colorado. And this cat played through all the bumps and bruises, man. He's a tough customer. And to set somebody out because you think they got tightness in their back, but it didn't show no tightness to me when he was warming up in Foxborough. Pre-game warm-up, man, he running around slinging that ball. I just didn't see it. So why would you deactivate a man knowing that you wasn't going to put him in the game anyway? Why would you deactivate the man? And you know he wasn't gonna get treatment anyway. I mean, wasn't gonna get in the game anyway. So that goes to show you it's a hidden agenda. Man, shout out to my girl Shay Boost, man, for becoming a new member of the Simply Ball Dropping community. Y'all give Shay Boost a round of applause, man. I appreciate the membership, man. And, man, I do appreciate that, man. Salute. I agree with that, Michelle. He could have came up with anything. But knowing that you wasn't going to put the man in the game, right? But you deactivate him. I mean, come on. Hey, chat. We not dumb, man. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. That's what baffles me. Hey, Amber, that's why I say it's a hidden agenda. Just like Bucky said on Well Off Media. Shedeur said he was fine. He wanted to play. It was a coach's decision. And Bucky said, I can't speak on the coach's decision. I can't speak on the coach's decision. That's what he chose to do. And you're right, Amber. The crowd would have been chanting, we want Shedeur. But you deactivate a man, right? Elevate Belly Zappy. Shout out to Jeremy Shepler for the $2 super chat. He said, SBD, your YouTube won't let me. I probably understand. They probably scrubbing that one, but it's all good. I know where you're coming from. But y'all guys think about that. I'm glad that Bucky said something. See, Bucky, look, Bucky gonna come out. That's why if you notice when Bucky did it, the way Bucky was looking, and Bucky didn't even stay long about it because he just wanted to get to the point and leave it alone. Shedeur said he was fine. He was ready to go. And it was a coach's decision to deactivate him. Then he said, I can't speak on the coach's decision. So that lets you know, because that goes back to my point when Shedeur was on live with Twitch and they asked him about it. And he was like, I got to stay here and get treatment. And now you say you wasn't going to Boulder, but you up in Boulder now. Surprising daddy. Man, I'm just put my hands up. I'm gonna put my hands up. T. Carmella said they want Shedeur to tell Bucky to keep quiet. You can't do that. You can't do that. Because I don't know if y'all remember the video when they was playing, the Miami game. And Shedeur and Bucky was filming. He was like, it's going to be us one day. Maya Sims says Shedeur knows not to overshare. Exactly. That's another proof of the hidden agenda. We don't know what's going on. You got a point, Jeremy. Got a point. That's what happens. That's what happens. Yep. I look. Some people speak facts. We speak a lot of facts over here. We give y'all the meats with the potatoes, man, and give y'all a nice drink to wash it down with. Yes, indeedy. But I'm glad that Shedeur got on that flight and went to Colorado. And the crazy thing about it is You know, sometimes they say when you got a bad back, right, limit your travel because of the fact of the air capacity. When you get so far up, that can affect you. But it didn't affect Shedeur because he's up in Boulder. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy, guys. It's it's crazy, man. But like everybody has been saying, like Shedeur's been handling the situation well. And you know, when you see footage of Shedeur at practice from the videos that are floating around that are going viral, he's happy-go-lucky. Shedeur knows something. And we just don't know right now. We just don't know. We don't know what the hell's going on. That's why this is going to be a storyline for the rest of the NFL season. And then if he don't get in any games, it's going to be a storyline going into the offseason. And you know what's going to be even a bigger storyline is when the trade deadline passes and he's still on the Cleveland Browns. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the even bigger storyline. November 4th is coming up on Tuesday. And when the trade deadline passes, and all the reports that are out there that Shedeur Sanders is linked to these trades and Myles Garrett is linked to these trades and David Njoku is linked to these trades, and there's no movement in the Cleveland Browns organization, that's going to tell you guys a lot. That's going to tell you that there's a hidden agenda. They putting all this stuff out there. Like I said, my terminology of smoke and mirrors is different from everybody else. You get what I'm saying? Nah, I don't, Megalodon, I don't know if that's true. I really don't know if that's true. I really don't know if that's true. And then there was reports that Kevin Stefanski might want to give up the play calling duties to see if Tommy Rees can get on the same page with Dylan Gabriel. But I don't care what kind of play calls that you call for Dylan Gabriel. He's reluctant to look downfield and go through his progressions and take a chance. Because we saw when he got off script against New England, he tossed that ball down the field, he closed his eyes and was trying to throw a Hail Mary and got it picked off. And then you look at the diabolical play in the end zone where he took the safety. Where's the IQ at? Where is the IQ at? But hey, that's Cleveland. That's their quarterback. And like I said, man, he losing that locker room, man. Kevin Stefanski is losing that locker room, man. That locker room is, once you lose that locker room, man, it's hard to get back. And if Kevin Stefanski is losing that locker room, man, it's going to be hard to recoup that locker room, man. Because when you got your star players, especially your defensive leader, crashing out on you, judging your coaching ability and your play calling, talking about we should have kept the ball on the ground, but you was reluctant to do that. That says a lot. That says a lot. So I don't know, man. But what is your boy Kevin Stefanski doing, man? Chat, talk to me. Chat, talk to me. Man, if y'all want me to open up the phone lines, man, I'll open up the phone lines, man. I need somebody to come talk to me. I need somebody to come talk to me. I need somebody to come talk to me. I can open up these phone lines, man, and get a caller on the line, man. We need a caller like we had last show. He was from Cleveland. Yeah, so it's diabolical, man. What Megalodon say, man? Let's go ahead and shout out some of these comments, man. Stefanski is flossing the fact that he's more difficult to replace than Shedeur given their draft capital. T. Carmella said, trying to get fired for damn sure. Esquire 1995. They won't trade Shedeur. You can't complete Operation Collusion, humiliation with a trade. So what they gonna do, chat? What do y'all see Cleveland doing? Talk to me. Talk to me, chat. What y'all see Cleveland doing? I need answers tonight. The chat, y'all got to give me some answers tonight. Yeah, so chat, y'all tell me. What's up, Will Smith, the publisher? I see you back in the building. Appreciate you coming in there. I heard there's a hot mic from a reporter talking about Dylan. About Dylan, it was bad, very bad. The hot mic. What did they say on the hot mic? Because if it's out there, the receipts is out there then. Shea Boo said nothing. They totally incompetent. I agree, man. They totally incompetent. Yeah, we're gonna open up the phone lines tonight, guys. I want some callers to call in. I need y'all to talk to me nice. We got 116 people in here watching, man. Make sure y'all drop a like on the video and hype me up. But Brogu said they would never trade Shedeur because if he goes somewhere else and he hits it big, they're going to look like idiots again. That's why I told y'all guys it's a hidden agenda. It's a hidden agenda. And y'all know it. They will continue. ADP said they'll continue to make a donkey out themselves. Yeah. That's what collusion looks like, guys. That's what collusion looks like. What y'all say? Collusion at its finest, man? And look, I got the phone lines open, man. The number's at the bottom of the screen. If anybody wants to call in, man, y'all can go ahead and call in. But we're gonna put this number, the call-in line. All right, we got the call-in line on the thing. So if y'all want to call in, man, and let yourself be heard, y'all go ahead, man, call in, man. The phone lines is now open, and you can reach the phone lines. You can call the Simple Ball Dropping Hotline at 214-425-9333. I'd love to hear from you guys. We'll take a few calls, man, before we shut it down, man, if y'all want to call. Esquire 1995 said, I think the NFL directed the Browns should draft Shedeur because Cleveland is such a bad team. Well, shit, I mean, if they conducted him to draft Shedeur, man, if you drafted him, why don't you play him? And everybody talks about the stadium. I'm not worried about the stadium. Man, you know, Shedeur Sanders is the cash cow. He gonna put butts in the seats, man. Antoine Wilson said, if KS gets fired, Dylan's career will be over for good. No one will take him. Well, he's not making this. I mean, he's not helping himself out in no way. It's not just Kevin Stefanski. Dylan's not helping himself out either. Dylan's not helping himself out either. But like Kevin Stefanski, you told us that Dylan Gabriel got a lot of experience. He said he got a lot of experience. He got a lot of experience. Richard McGee says keeping Shedeur because he's going to have to play them last 4 home games to fill up that stadium. Well, I mean, if you look at the schedule for them last 4 games, they tough games. That's going to be another scenario and another storyline that why would you put him in the last 4 games against your toughest opponents? I mean, you know, it's just stuff is just adding up, man. Things are just adding up. I just right now, I just don't think Cleveland wants to win. I don't think they want to win. Like it's just, you know, when I got the video sent to me as Shedeur rolled up in Boulder, and he rolled up in earlier today, and they dropped that footage of him going in Coach Prime's office. You know what I'm saying? And he said, man, it feels good to put my feet back down on this carpet. Like that's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing. So that goes to show me ain't nothing wrong with Shedeur back. Ain't nothing wrong with his back, man. Like, I think that stunned a lot of people. I think that hit a lot of people. They didn't expect that because they took Shedeur Sanders' words like, nah, he gonna be chilling. He ain't going nowhere. He gonna be at the crib. He gonna stay at Cleveland. Man, this cat up there in Boulder, man. He up there in Boulder. Anthony Vance, what's up? Appreciate you, Anthony Vance. He said they pimping and exploiting the brother and they will never trade him. The spotlight was never been on him. They've been tanking. But you heard what Chris Canty said. Chris Canty said the stage is too big for Dylan Gabriel. They said that stage is too big for Dylan Gabriel. Mama's Nest Entertainment LLC. Appreciate you showing up, my brother. Said, what up, Sapphire? Was busy coaching my girls to a win. Hey, congratulations, man. Congratulations on the victory, man. That's good stuff, man. Congratulations, man. We got a coach in the building. Congratulations. Man, a shout out to that, man. Shout out to that. Y'all know what I feel about Kevin Stefanski, man. I ain't said this, man, but look. This is what I want to say about Kevin Stefanski.
I've been waiting to say this all year, and I'm going to say it. And this is a good time. Get the stepping.
That's what I want to say about Kevin Stefanski, man. Right now, that's what I want to say about Kevin Stefanski. Get the stepping. I just want to say that, man. Get the stepping. Yeah, I just had to find a great time to say that. You on the line with SB Dude, man. Who we got? Hello? You on the line with Dude, man.
Hello.
Yeah, what's going on? Who we got?
Hey, this is Esquire 1995.
Hey, what's going on, Esquire? How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Man, what you might have to do, man, you might have to turn the show down on your back because we got that feedback.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Okay.
There we go.
That's it.
Yeah, we got Esquire
Oh, man.
1995 on the line. What you got, Esquire?
Man, I don't know. This whole ordeal with Cleveland and Shedeur just doesn't make any sense. From the whole drafting process and from what Eric Dickerson said, I believe it.
I believe it too.
And it's like they said, well, you know, we could leave him undrafted, but since we're going to draft him, let's go down the list and say who's the worst team we can send him to, and which coach is most equipped to jerk Shedeur's chain until the end of the season. And it ended up on Stefanski because he's 2 years coach of the year. So he was seen to be beyond reproach with every decision he makes, and nobody can really question him. So that's why they sent him there. And ever since the beginning, the way they coached him, the way they wouldn't give Shedeur reps, nothing made sense. And it's like they'll put anybody before Shedeur, and even to the lengths of waiting for
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson. You know, and you know they were treating Deshaun Watson like yesterday's trash, but now they're even kind of waiting on him to do it, to say that they don't want to find out what we have in Shedeur, but they kind of know what Shedeur was from all the pre-scouting reports.
Yeah.
It's like no one watched him at Colorado and at Jackson State. Now he's just a 5th round pick. I just can't understand it at all. I think with Cleveland, it's no longer. I mean, I don't think it's ever been about winning because they hardly ever won, and one more year of a losing season is nothing.
Exactly.
To them. So they don't even think they even need to put Shedeur in there. It's a shame because he's a fine young man, and a great player. So I guess that's about all I got to say right now.
Man, I appreciate the phone call, man. You spoke a lot of facts, man, and I certainly agree with you to all the points that you made. It's crazy that you mentioned a guy in Deshaun Watson, coming off an Achilles tear as a NFL quarterback, man. That's hard because you're going to need your mobility, and I don't care what they say. Tearing your Achilles, that late in the year and trying to come back the next year for a 4-year, you're not going to make it back. And to keep throwing Deshaun Watson's name up in it, and you got Shedeur Sanders, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a hidden agenda. It's more evidence that Kevin Stefanski dislikes Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of media outlets, man, that are uncovering a lot of things that a lot of people don't want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you got to have them uncomfortable conversations, man. And I don't mind having them conversations here on my platform. I call it like I see it, man. I give you the facts, I give you the audio, I give you the sound bites, and you can't run from sound bites because everything that you say can be clipped, right? And that goes back to what Shedeur and Andrew Berry was talking on the sidelines when he played in Carolina. Everything's on a hot mic.
Yeah.
So they can't run from it.
And Shedeur is smarter than you think. I mean, he understands the assignment. But
you took the words. Hey, look, you took the words right out of my mouth. Shedeur,
and the way he was raised by Deion is just like it's holding them together.
Exactly. And it goes back, before I let you go, it goes back to what Shedeur said on Twitch. That little back conversation when he said, I gotta stay here and get treatment. And then you end up in Boulder when you tell people you're not going to Boulder's, homecoming up there to see you, and now you up there anyway. So I mean and Bucky exposed that. Bucky already exposed that because Shedeur said he was ready to go. It was a coach's decision not to put him in and not to activate him. But you know that you wasn't gonna play him anyway, so why deactivate him?
Right.
Yeah. But Esquire, man, I appreciate you tuned in all the time, man. Appreciate your support. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the call, man. Great call, man. We'll catch you on the next one.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Peace, family.
All right. Hey, that was a good call from Esquire 1995. He be in the chat. He's one of the members of the channel, and he called in, man, gave his perspective. So I do appreciate that. We got another caller calling in. You on the line with SBD. Who we got?
Man, this Antoine Woodson, I'm on the line, man.
What's up, Antoine Woodson? Appreciate the call.
Hey, check this out. I want to go back to the collusion, right? Because I haven't heard nobody say this yet. How you 100% prove that it was collusion against Shedeur Sanders, right?
Okay.
The prank call, the only way that prank call could have worked is if that kid knew New Orleans wasn't drafting Shedeur. Because if he didn't know and he do the prank call and they draft him, then the prank call don't work. You get it? So he had to know for sure that New Orleans wasn't drafting him for that prank call to be successful.
But
that go your 100% collusion right there, man.
Yeah, because his daddy's tied to what? To the Atlanta Falcons, I think.
Right.
The caller that called it. So now that goes to show what Eric Dickerson said got some truth behind it, because that was a New Orleans Saints prank call, but it's coming from the son of somebody in the Atlanta Falcons organization.
Right. So in order for that prank call to be successful, that kid had to know
he had some
that
intel.
New Orleans wasn't going to pick them because he used their name.
Yeah.
He said, "We're up. It's the Saints. We're up."
Yep.
So that showed you 100% that every team was in on it.
Yeah.
That's the only way that call could have been successful, is he knew that they wasn't picking him. You get it?
I totally agree with that. You know, like you said, a lot of people haven't and said that the way that you framed it and the way that you articulated that, but it makes sense because it was a New Orleans Saints prank call, but the son that did it was attached to somebody in the Atlanta Falcons organization.
Right.
So that goes to show that he had to have some intel from somewhere. He had intel from his daddy that's saying, hey, that, ain't nobody going to pick Shedeur.
Right. New Orleans, somebody had to be in on it from New Orleans to get that go ahead to say, yeah, go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Because we're not picking them. That's the only way. If he didn't know for sure, he couldn't do that prank call because it wouldn't work if he didn't know for sure.
But you got to look at the timing of the prank call too, because it was New Orleans was on the clock.
Right. You see that?
I got you.
So if he didn't know that and New Orleans was on the clock and they would have picked him, the prank call wouldn't have been nothing.
And
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And to your point, when Eric Dickerson came out and said it, because Eric Dickerson, a Hall of Fame running back from the Los Angeles Rams, right? He's a Hall of Fame running back. He has connections to the NFL. He said he had he had credible sources that told him that. So when everybody said, oh, they don't believe Eric Dickerson and stuff. So then TMZ called him again outside of an airport, and he was standing 10 toes down on what he said. He wasn't backtracking on what he said about the collusion and all these owners got together and said they're not going to pick Shedeur. He stood firm on what he said because he got intel as well. Man, you got to understand something. NFL is the shield. They a brotherhood. So when you have people like that constantly collaborate with each other, just like what Shady McCoy said on Speak. Shady McCoy got people that he's associated with in that Cleveland Browns organization. And the things that he's hearing out of the Cleveland Browns organization on the people that he talked to, especially the players and some of the coaches that he knows, they want Shedeur. And they don't understand why Kevin Stefanski is hell-bent on trotting Dylan Gabriel out there week after week when you've seen that Dylan Gabriel has not made no progress in his maturation as an NFL quarterback.
Right. He don't have it. He don't have the it factor. Kevin is ruining Dylan's career. Like, no team is going to want him.
Yeah.
Not even as a backup quarterback. When Kevin get fired, Dylan's career is over with after his contract. No way ain't gonna want him. He can't even read his progression. He's garbage. Point blank period. He don't have it. He don't have it. And the coach Kevin Shedeur throwing dimes in practice. He's afraid. He know what Shedeur got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I got you, man.
All right, man.
Hey, great call, man. Great call. Appreciate you calling in, man.
Good talking to you, man.
All right, appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
Yes, sir.
Another great call from a caller. What's up, Dollar Bills? I see you coming in. Hey, another great call from a caller, man. I appreciate y'all calling in. I appreciate y'all wanting to chat, man. I appreciate y'all's opinions. I appreciate y'all's open dialect. I appreciate everything that you're doing. And I saw one of the comments in the section, Mark Quinn K. I've been saying this, but I really don't want to talk about it. You know, Salters, man, he's not the quarterback for Colorado, man. He don't impress me, man. Juju Lewis, he is so upset. I think Juju Lewis might jump in the transfer portal because Salters is not, and that goes to show you guys what I've been telling y'all, man. That's what kind of it factor Shedeur Sanders got. Because me personally, if you ask me, I'm going to be real. I think the offensive line is better this year because they got some kind of run game going on. They got some kind of run game, and that offensive line is protecting them. Caden Salters is terrible. I agree with you, Shea Boost. He's terrible. And that goes to show you that Shedeur Sanders got the it factor. Come on, man. Shedeur got that it factor. 420 Jenkins says Salters catfish, Coach Prime. Salters he's bad. I hate to turn this into a Kalen Salters shit show, but he's horrible. He's horrible, man. They should have stayed with the white boy Saab, man. I'm just here to tell you, they should have stayed with Saab. They should have stayed with Ryan Saab, man. You said Juju frustrated. Juju want to see his time. You can't, and this is all. Hey, this is for a whole nother show. We won't even talk about that, man. We're gonna leave Caden Salters out of this, guys. We're gonna leave Caden Salters out of this, man. But y'all, that's what I'm saying, man. You don't even got to know football to see what's going on, man. You ain't even got to know football to see what's going on, man. And there's a lot of reports out saying this might be Deion's last year coaching, man. Deion got other things to worry about, man. His health issues, man. He got other things to worry about, man. I don't think, me personally, I'm gonna say this. I don't think Deion Sanders is fully invested this year in Colorado, man, because of the medical history. I don't think he's fully committed. I don't think he's fully committed. No, I like Pat Shurmur. Pat Shurmur is a good offensive coordinator. I like him. But I don't think Deion is fully committed. We already said that about Arch Manning. Arch Manning is not him. Yeah. I don't think Shedeur called his own plays. But Deion know what he had in his son, though. That's the difference. See, when you know what you got in somebody, that's the difference. Yeah. Stallberry. I agree. I don't think Coach has even healed from the cancer surgery. Coach looks so frail. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think, he got other things to worry about. I don't think he's fully invested, man. I don't think he's fully invested. But the only thing we can do is pray for Coach Prime, man. He's been through a lot, man. He's been through a lot. He's been through a lot. And that goes to show you, man, like Shedeur he's a difference maker. He's a difference maker. Got a new person that just joined the chat. Pondera. with all this information about Dylan being the worst in the league and Jimmy. Yeah, we got a new person in the chat. Appreciate you tuned in. Man, y'all make sure y'all drop a like on the video, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn your post notifications on so you know every time I drop a hot banger. Chancellor said the detachment from his boys is embedded deep in his heart too. Yeah, it's not the same, man, because you got to understand something. Just like Shedeur said, man, this is the first time being without his daddy. It's the first time being without his daddy, man. And Deion feels that, man. Deion feels that. So, yeah. I mean, it's a hard situation, man. But the Lord gives his battles to his toughest soldiers, man. And Deion has been one tough soldier, man. One tough soldier. Yeah. But like I've always said, man, Shedeur Sanders got that it factor, man. He's a game changer, man. And Cleveland Brown fans, they deserve better, man. They deserve better. I got a lot of people that come up in my comment sections on my videos talking about, man, where am I from? Like, what does it matter where I'm from, man? I'm talking my talk, man. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is. I know how this goes. Yeah. So I appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Chancellor, one of my lovely mods. Shout out to the Tool Man. Shout out to Dollar Bill, one of my mods. Shout out to In the Dark with a Smile with Michelle, one of my lovely mods. Shout out to my man Will Smith, the publisher. Shout out to ADP, one of my long-standing moderators, man. Shout out to my man 420 Jenkins, Warriors for Life, Pondera, Antoine Woodson for the call, Samaya Sims, my man Selmore Fudd, Shay Boost for becoming a member of the channel. We appreciate the love, my sister. Much love. Also, Will Smith, the publisher, Marquin K, man, Bro Goo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. You go by Bro Goo. Pat Mac 1536, Miss D, Tansy, one of my lovely mods, KD, another lovely mod. Man, if I missed anybody, Mamba's Nest Entertainment, Anthony Vance, Megalodon, Richard McGee, one of my members of my channel, Esquire 1995, appreciate the call. Yeah. Jeremy Shepler. Man, we got a lot of people in the building tonight. There's a lot of people to shout out. If I missed anybody, like I've always said, charge my head, not my heart. Appreciate everybody that tuned in, man. But I just love doing what I'm doing, man. I love bringing y'all this content, man. I love dropping it when it's hot. So I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight, man. Salute to everybody. You see I'm drinking out of my Simply Ball dropping glass. You know what I'm saying? Simply Ball dropping all over here. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do, man. You know what I'm saying? We probably one of the channels that, you know, give y'all facts, man. Give y'all meats with potatoes, man, so y'all can digest a lot, so y'all can think about a lot of things, man. But look, YouTube user, appreciate you in here. But we ain't gonna hold you up. Appreciate everybody in the salutes. Like I said, once again, appreciate all the love and support. Appreciate the donations. Appreciate the super chats. If you're not a member of the channel, please join the channel. And like I said, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops a hot banger. It either can be a video or a live. I don't want y'all to miss out on nothing because, you know, we doing the thing. Also, just in case I forgot. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And guess what? This is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Guess what? Catch you on the next one. And do me a favor, just like In the Dark with a Smile said, hype me up after the live. When you go watch the playback, hit that hype me up button. And we're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.